Recording in. Hi guys, welcome to a new week. Today we're going to see how the market is going to play out for the week, and let's do our weekly analysis. First and foremost, I will come to Japan 225. I like what this pair is doing as of the moment. If you come to the monthly time frame, you see it's giving us a simple pattern, which is a correction, a move to the upside, a correction, a move to the upside, a correction, a move to the upside, and this is looking like a correction. Then simply we'll come back to our weekly time frame. We'll look at weekly time frame is giving us a simple higher high and higher lows. We'll go back to structure. I don't want to bother myself with drawing a lot of zones. That's why I just keep it very simple. We have the structure, and the market broke out of the structure and retest back on the structure. Then we have a breakout, then a retest of this structure as well, a little bit of manipulation here. Then we have a breakout and we have a retest of this structure as well for a continuation to the upside. When we come back to our daily time frame, if you see the retest of the structure is normally 1 week, 1 week, and 1 week as well. So I come back to my daily time frame. The daily time frame is looking clean as well. This is what I'm going to take on the daily time frame. We have a push towards the upside, a correction, a push towards the upside, a correction. This is simply a higher high and a higher low, and it's looking very nice to take as of if you check the daily time frame, it's looking very nice. But let's see what the trend line is saying. Okay, we have a potential trend line. This is most likely not going to happen because this has already passed that level already. So for trend line, where I already eliminated trend line already. So let's check Fibonacci. We have the swing low to swing high. Fibonacci spot at this level, a retest of that level exactly, just a little bit of a manipulation around this region. Then we have the second level as well. We have here to here, Fibonacci. Yes, the market is presently testing the Fibonacci as well at this level. So most likely I will be expecting a buy around this region, around this area. So this is simply a Fibonacci trade, a higher high and a higher low. I don't need a lot to say about this. Could there be a possible manipulation? Maybe this is it around this area. Then I'm looking for a retest around this region. Why am I looking for a retest around this region? Because this, if you check this, this is looking like a head, this is looking like a left shoulder, and this is looking like a potential right shoulder that could form around this region, then a continuation to the upside. And why am I not taking a market execution from this level? Because if you see this level, the market is already getting exhausted at this point. If you see it clearly, the market is already getting exhausted. So I'm expecting it push back towards this region for continuation to the upside. So my buy position is going to be around this region. Where's my long position? Is going most likely is going to be around this region. Then my TP is going to be around this region. My first take profit is going to be at the 100% retracement. Maybe this level is also a nice level to take, this level as well. I'll be taking out something as we go up. Then my stop loss is going to be around this region. My stop loss is going to be around this region. Why am I putting it around this region? Because I want to put it below the yellow point in Fibonacci 6.18. I think I want to put it around that region. Yes, I want to put it. I like to put it around the 6.18 actually, but let's leave it like that. Let's believe that It's not going to manipulate again outside. I believe this is the manipulation. So let's put it this way. So that's my thought on Japan 225. The next pair that I'll be checking is GDP, Euro GDP. Euro GDP, on the other hand, this is what I'm seeing on Euro GDP as of the moment. Let's come back to our monthly time frame. What is the monthly candle doing? We are bearish on Euro GDP, highly bearish on Euro GDP as of the moment. We have this consolidation. This is a very consolidative pair. So our TP is going. I'm very careful when I'm trading Euro GDP. Why? Because it's a very consolidated pair. If you see it on the monthly time frame, we have a significant correction, a series of correction here. So I just draw my major level that is significant at this point, and these are the major levels as of the moment too. But on the monthly time frame, I could see a head, a left shoulder, and a right shoulder. However, this is looking like a right shoulder that is about to complete this region to this area. This is now looking like a right shoulder to me as of the moment. But as of the moment, it's a sell to me on euro, on the euro. As of the moment, it's a sell to me on the euro GDP. I just need a significant pullback. If you come on the weekly time frame, however, you're going to see a chart pattern around this area head, a left shoulder, and a right shoulder clear around this area. So we have a breakout already, and this is going to be the retest of the neckline. And you know, in price action, when price break out of the neckline, we are going to have a retest of when price action break out of the chart pattern, we are going to have a retest of the neckline. So this week, I'm expecting price to push up to the neckline around this region for a retest of this level, then a continuation to sell towards the downside. And you know the principles of price action. You count the numbers of the period the market used to range around that level, and you put it down. That is the same amount of tip the market will drop towards the downside. So I'm looking forward to Euro USD testing this region and also testing this region as well. So for now, we're going to be waiting for the pullback, and the pullback for this pair is going to be like so. So I'm expecting a pullback like this. I'm expecting a pullback like this. I'm expecting a pullback like this around this region. A pullback, just a drop towards this to test the neckline. The neckline can be here or can be here. So to test this region for the neckline, then a continuation to the downside. So this is going to give a pullback around this level. If there is no pullback, I'm not going to take this trade because I need a pullback for me to take this trade for the continuation to the downside. So that's my thought. Let's go to the 4 hour and see what the 4 hour is doing. The 4 hour is currently forming a chart pattern, maybe a consolidation around this area a little bit more, then a push towards the upside for a correction for continuation to the downside. So that's my thought on Euro GDP as of the moment. The next pair that I'm going to be checking is US 30. US 30 is quite bullish as well on US 30, just that I don't like the manner at which the consolidation is going. I was not able to take advantage of this pair because I know it's bullish towards the upside. It's a simple trending pattern, but the entrance as of the moment on US 30 is quite rough. I don't like to take it. So that's why I'm staying out of US 30. We have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, test back of structure. We have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, and we are having another push towards the upside. Most likely, it's going to touch 54 basis points. So we have this push. I saw this move, but due to the nature of the correction, is quite corrective. If you come back to the daily time frame, I don't like the pattern at which the market was correcting towards the upside. I was not seeing at some point it's going to look like this is going to be a double top, look like this. This is now looking like a double top. It wants to continue going down, push back up, correction, correction. So I don't like that kind of move. So that's why I just stay away. However, I believe that US 30 is going to come to this area, but I am not going to take advantage of US 30 as of this week. I don't like the nature of correction. It's quite corrective, which I don't like. If you come to the 4 hour time frame, a lot of things going up here that I don't like. So I'll just be standing on my hand, except if I see a proper base formation just like this, maybe form around this region, then I'm going to be considering the buy towards the upside. But if I don't see a proper base like this or like this, I'm not going to be interested in taking this trade. So that's US 30 as of the moment. Then the next pair that I'm going to be checking is AUD USD. AUD USD is looking bearish to me. Let's come to a monthly time frame. This is what the monthly candles are saying. We have a significant move correction towards the upside. We have a drop. We have a move towards the upside. This gave head, left shoulder, and right shoulder that dropped the market downwards. Then we have previously, I was really interested in AUD USD. I like to trade the pair, but it's quite consolidative at this point. So that's why I stayed away for a while. Then we have a correction around this area that dropped the market downward, and we have significant push towards the upside. So as of last month, the market closed very bearish. But however, we are testing a major zone around this region. So this zone can easily push the market upwards or can drop the market downward. However, the market closed on the zone. So this is a very significant level in the market. So we're going to be watching and see what the market is going to do around that region. Now we are having a bounce from the zone already. This is looking like a bounce. So two things is going to happen. Either AUD USD wants to come and test for a shoulder region around this area. So this is now going to be the head. This is going to be the left shoulder, and we're going to have a right shoulder because there's no proper formation of right shoulder around this region. Or AUD USD just want to come and test daily structure. Either it wants to test a shoulder level around this region, right about this region. Let's put a level around this region. Either it wants to come back to test the shoulder level around this region, or it just wants to test back the structure, this structural level, then drop for continuation to the downside. So anyhow it's going to be, we're going to take advantage of it. If it's coming up, we're going to take advantage of it. If it's going to test structural region for a continuation to sell, I'm also going to take advantage of it. So I just want to see clear confirmation pattern for the sell towards the downside. Maybe probably it will go a little bit towards this area, but it's quite consolidative. I don't want to take this buy. I want to take the sell. I want to focus on the major move. So that's my thought on AUD USD as of the moment. The next pair that I'm going to be checking is BTC. BTC, I think I already placed a buy trade on BTC. I already placed a buy trade on BTC around this region, but it does not tag. I'm hoping the market is going to come back and test this region. So let's go and see why I placed a buy trade on BTC. So on the monthly time frame, this is a correction, a move, a correction, a move at proper demand level around this region, a correction, a move, a correction, a move, a correction, and it came back to test. This is a structural region. This is a major demand. And this is also a major level that could take the market upwards. So if the market reacts if the market react from this level, which is presently doing, most likely is going to react. There's a structure. This is a major demand level, and this area most likely is going to react. So I did not notice it on time, so I am expecting the market to sell to give me a little bit of a correction. Either ways, this is a double top around this region. We have a correction, we have a drop, we have a correction, we have a drop. Now we're talking about this level. This is the 100% retracement of this move. You see this case, the market broke the 100% retracement. However, in this case, the market is stalling out, it's failing to break the 100% retracement, and it's giving us a significant consolidation around this region. So this can easily be a double bottom for a continuation to the upside. So since this could be a double bottom for a continuation to the upside, so most likely this is already forming, this is already looking like a double bottom because we have a push, we have a drop, we have a push. This is looking like a base formation around this area for this 100% retracement around this region. So that's why most likely I'm going to be taking advantage of the buy for this trade. I just want a little bit of a correction back to this region. I just want a little bit of a correction back to this region. I'm going to buy in the trade. Look at the base here. Look at this base here. Look at the formation here. Then if you draw your counter trend line from this level, you're going to see it's quite clean and it's quite clear. This is now looking like a base for a continuation to the upside. So that's my thought. At least we're going to take advantage of this move from, as of the moment, BTC, we're looking long position as of the moment from this level. I'm going to be waiting for the market to correct from this level, or stop loss is going to be below this region. Then TP first take profit is going to be around this level, this region. Then second take profit is going to be around this level. So the market will come back to this level. Once it breaks this level, the market will come back to this level, most likely. So this is going to be a trade to 1 or 4-to-1 trade at this point. So let it just pull back a little bit. I just need to pull back a little bit to this level, take the trade towards the upside. That's my thought. I'm going to take BTC trade for sure because I like the base that I see for this double bottom and this area. This is the kind of trade that I like to see. Let's check the trend line. What the trend line is saying. We have this one. Yeah. So okay. So that's why most likely the market is trying to reject from this region. Either way, I'm going to take a BTC trade. What I'm going to do is I'll go back to I just need to be sure. I'll go back to the 4-hour time frame to see if the market is trying to form a base around some certain levels. So I'll just see if the market is trying to form a base to drop, then for a continuation to the upside. So that's my thought on BTC as of the moment. I'm going to be buying BTC. Stop is going to be below this level. So TP is going to be here. First level target is going to be here. My next pair that I'm going to be checking is GDP USD. GDP USD, on the other hand, is looking bullish, kind of bullish, at least to this level. Let's check on the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, we have this level on BTC, GDP USD. This is a major resistance level. The market has held this level for quite some times now. So, and the market failed to break it from what I could see, and the market is looking like it's pushing towards the upside. However, this is a major level. This is a major level that dropped the market downward. So maybe the market wants to come back to test this region before the market is going to continue upwards. So most likely that's what is going to happen. This level around this area for continuation to the upside, maybe to give a double top around this region for continuation to the upside. So this is now looking like a weekly double bottom. This is looking like a weekly double bottom as of the moment. So I just want to pull back. I just want to pull back for me to take advantage of this trade. I'm not comfortable with this trade as of the moment. I just need a pullback to tell me that it wants to continue to go up. If I don't see a pullback that it wants to continue to go up, I'm not going to take advantage of this trade. However, if I see a pullback, a nice pullback, I'm going to take advantage of this trade at least towards this region. Then from this level, we are now going to determine what is going to happen on GDP USD. As of the moment, I need a pullback. That's why I already drew my level on the 4-hour time frame. I'm looking for a small pullback. This is already looking bullish to me for our double bottom. Maybe a pullback would be nice to see towards this region for continuation to the upside. So that's my thought on GDP USD as of the moment. The next pair that I'm going to be checking is DXY. DXY is also a pair that I like to trade. It's giving, let's come back to the monthly time frame. It has broken the structure already. We have this correction, we have this move, we have this correction, we have this move. This correction is looking like this. This correction is looking like this. So this and this correction, this base around this area is also looking like this. It has also formed a base around this area. When we come back to the weekly time frame, this is a double bottom or an inverse head and shoulder pattern. Anyone you say is correct as long as it's a bullish price action. We have a correction towards the neckline. This is going to be the neckline. This region is going to be the neckline. So it has broken this level that the market has been struggling with. So we have a weekly correction. Now I need a base, a significant base around this level. If the market is going to reject from this level, I need a significant base around this level. So you see the way the market formed base around this area. The market formed base around this area. The market formed base, although the base is not here, but the base is here and here. So I'm expecting a base like this around this region, around this area. This is not yet a complete base to me. This is not yet a complete base. It needs to come back and balance properly around this region for continuation to the upside. So this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting two things from the 4-hour time frame. Either the market come back to test this demand level around this area for continuation to the upside, or the market form a proper base just like this around this area. This is looking like a double bottom, but I need a proper base to balance this area around this region, just like this, a triple top here, just formation like this around this area, then I will be taking the trade towards the upside. That's my thought on DXY. However, if the base has not formed properly here, then I'm not going to be considering this. DXY is really bullish to me as of the moment. DXY is bullish, but I think the formation is not yet complete as of Monday. Maybe during the week, I'm still going to talk about it, but this formation is not yet complete. So that's my thought on DXY. The next pair that I'm going to be checking is AUD New Zealand. AUD New Zealand, I also like what AUD New Zealand is doing when we come back to the monthly time frame. I'm kind of skeptical about AUD New Zealand because we are having a series of consolidation. After this move towards the upside, there has not been any significant consolidation. So I would say that the consolidation most likely have started on AUD New Zealand because we have a move, we have a drop, we have a move again, and it looks like we are having a drop again. So This is consolidative to me as of the moment. So what I'm going to do is if I see I'm 50-50 at this at AUD New Zealand. If I see a break above of this level back to the upside, I'm going to be taking the trade for a buy because this can easily be a head, a left shoulder, and a right shoulder. However, this is looking like a chart pattern, a high, a high, a low, a higher high, a higher low. And if you check Fibonacci as well, it's giving us like this is a Fibonacci. So this can be bullish, this can be bearish as well. So it's 50-50 to me. If we have a correction, series of consolidation around this area, uh, 2 more days or 3 more days, 4 candle days formation around this area, then I'm going to be taking the trade for a buy. But if we just have a push towards this region, from this push towards this region, then correction, then it's going to be sell. So just depending on what I see price action doing during the week, it can be, this is 50-50 as of this week. As of when I'm analyzing this pair, this is still looking like a 50-50 trade to me. So I just need confirmation for me to confirm if it's going to be a buy trade or it's going to be a sell trade. That's my thought on AUD New Zealand. Then the next bit I'm going to be checking is Brent. Brent oil is also something that I like as of the moment. We are presently testing a major confluence zone. We have this series of consolidation move towards the upside correction move, and this presently is looking like a head. This is looking like a shoulder, and this is looking like a confluence zone around this region that the market is about to push towards the upside. Then we have this weak indecision candle. After the series of fall, we're going to have a push towards the neckline region, at least a push towards the neckline region or a push towards this level. So I'm expecting the market to move towards the upside. This week is going to be bullish. So the market is presently consolidating. If you see, it's not moving properly. So this is a sign of exhaustion already around this region. So little more consolidation around this area would be nice to see. Maybe a chart pattern, 4-hour chart pattern would be nice to see. So what I'm going to be expecting is just a little bit of consolidation around this area. Once we have a little bit of a test around this region, maybe, maybe a little bit of manipulation, test around this region, then I'm going to be taking the trade for a buy. So that's my thought on US oil as of the moment. I'm seeing a significant buy because the market needs to come back to test the neckline at least, to test this region, test the neckline at least, either here or here, test the neckline, either for a continuation to the upside or continuation to the downside. So that's my thought on oil. The next pair that I'm going to be checking is what GDP-JPY is doing. All I can see on GDP-JPY, it's looking like an exhaustion to me as of the moment. This level is really looking like an exhaustion. I don't know why I keep seeing exhaustion, but we can take advantage of the small move towards the upside. This is looking bullish to me, a little bit bullish, but we have a significant level that could correct this market. So if I'm going to be taking advantage of this trade, I'm going to be very careful because this is a very risky region. At least I'm going to be if I'm going to take advantage of this move, I want to pull back around this region, proper base to tell me just like this. Proper base around this area just like this to tell me that it wants to continue going up. Yeah, I just need a proper base just like this. So confirm the buy bias around this region. If there is no proper base, I'm not going to be taking a trade for a buy because This level is a very significant level in the market. It can really easily reject. If I don't see a proper base formation around this area, I'm not going to be taking a trade here. I'm not going to be taking a trade here. So that's my thought on GDP. I want something like this. If something like this form around this region, then I know it's going to break. But for now, it can easily give a double top and drop. So this level is a very risky region to take a trade. However, the overall market is actually looking bearish. This is an exhaustion pattern to me. So the next pair that I'm going to be checking is Euro. Euro USD is looking corrective to me as well. We're either going to repeat this pattern, this correction. This correction is not yet enough. We're going to repeat it. We might have a push towards the downside and push towards the upside. This is consolidative. Let's go back to the monthly time frame and see what the monthly candles are doing. This is a major region. This is a major region around this area. So we can have a series of consolidation around this area. Since the market did not break that level, this is a very significant level. Since the market did not break, it can either push up, push down. So it's 50-50. We need the market to break. So however, since the market has not yet broken, we can easily check what the market is doing, the kind of price action that the market is giving at that region. So we can easily know if the market wants to break or not, or it wants to continue going up. As of the moment I look at it, like the market wants to test this region for continuation to the downside. So it's either two things. The market wants to come and test the Fed, because from the laws of price action we have, this is looking like the fourth consolidation. We have either this is looking like first, this is looking like a double top. But maybe if you count this one as a first, second, fourth, third, this is going to be the fourth. Most likely it might give the bigger retracement. But if you calculate this as the head and the double top, so this is going to be the first consolidation, second consolidation, then the third consolidation for a proper drop. So depending on how you look at it, or depending on how the markets interpret it to be. So this is looking consolidative to me as of the moment. It's not looking bullish, but the consolidation is not yet enough. So what we're going to be doing on Euro USD, we're going to be waiting to see what the market, if the market finishes its consolidation. So when we have a break of the counter trend line around this region, it's going to be a sell towards the upside. So the market is coming to test the structural region here, or the market wants to come back to test the outer portion of the trend line. So this is going to be the ABC pattern. So this is going to be this is now going to be the A, B, C, then D pattern. So that's it. So that's my thought. Either we're coming to test structure, the market is okay, that is coming to test the structural region around this area, or the market is coming to test the bigger ABC pattern. So that's my thought on Euro USD as of this week. Then I'm looking at Euro CHF. Euro CHF is looking nice as well. Euro CHF is looking nice as well. Let's check. This is what I'm talking about. Euro CHF on the monthly time. However, on the monthly time frame, my only concern is we have a good price action here. Correction move, correction move, correction move. However, this is now looking like the double top formation is not yet confirmed, because last month actually ended very bullish, engulfing 2 monthly candles or 3 monthly candles. So that's why I'm very careful on this pattern. However, if you go to the weekly time frame, you're going to see that the weekly time frame has already formed a double top around this region, and this is also a confluent level as well, bigger structural region as well. So there's possibility, most likely, that the market is going to drop. However, we're going to be very careful. Let's see where the market wants to test. So this is the first touch, second touch. This can be the third touch of the trend line. So I like what I see. Maybe we'll wait for the market to come back to test structural region around this area for continuation to the downside. As of this week, we are looking bearish as of this week. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for the market to come back to test this region. Then I'm going to be placing a trade for a sell. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be watching this market closely. I'll wait for the pullback, then I'll wait for the sell. So that's my thoughts. That's my thought on this pair as of this week. Yeah, I'll put my stop loss around this region, wait for the neckline touch, then it drop towards the downside. So that's how I'm going to be taking my trade for the week. Then AUDCHF, you either take one of the boats, Euro CHF or AUDCHF, anyone will do. Yeah, so I'm expecting a push towards this region as well. We have a triple top around this area. This could be the neckline that could reverse it, or this could be the area that the market will come back to test. So I'm expecting the market to come back to test this region for a continuation to the downside. So this is looking like a nice price action daily time frame. However, we are not going to take this out of the place because this is looking like the third touch of the trend line. So let's check what the monthly candles are doing. The monthly candles is bearish as of this one. So I'm going to be more comfortable here because the monthly candles are bearish. So that's my thoughts on this pairs of this week. So this week we're looking indecision. So maybe the market wants to come back and test this region for continuation to drop towards the downside. So this is looking like a several weeks of consolidation here. So that's the kind of trade that I like. If I see a pull back to this area, I'm going to be selling the market towards the downside. So that's my thoughts as of this week, as of the moment. That's my thoughts. So that's the end of the analysis for the week. Let's see how the market is going to turn out and play out.